Assalamu alaikum. Good evening, everyone. And so today we are here for a very insightful panel discussion, and we get to know about the insights over the future of e-commerce in Pakistan and other countries as well. So without any further delay, let's meet our honorable panelists, Mr. Salman Bhatt, CEO and co-founder, Salla Holdings, Hasan Jabarti, CEO and co-founder, DIGGIPACKS, and Obaid Arshad, CEO and co-founder, Ginkgo Retail. My first question is to each one of you specifically. So me, along with my audience, is curious about the journey you have been through in attaining this success in e-commerce industry.
I have a technical background in infrastructure and networks and data communication. And that drives me to try several times with several startups, different ideas during maybe 7 to 8 years. And one of the startups I have been gone through in an event where a panel for Instagram merchants was placed, and based on that, the idea of Salla came up. Salla is an Arabic word for basket. So I thought that Instagram, those people who are using Instagram to sell goods, they require a basket solution. That's the technical people maybe understand that more, that any e-commerce platform requires a catalog for products and an e-basket solution where we can put the products and then apply logistic orders on that basket and then the payment orders on the same basket. So we built this as an app, and we find difficulties into the acceptance of this solution, not from the merchants, that our direct clients, but from their clients. So whoever comes to a social media platform, just like Instagram, wants to buy, very simply. At that time, 2015, they used to make a private chat or add the WhatsApp number of the profile owner and then try to chat on WhatsApp and make an order. Salla used to help the merchants to solve this matter, the whole manual process. But the client, who used to be very simply making the orders, not required to download any other third-party apps, had to go to the mobile app store, whatever, iOS or Google or whatever, and download Salla to place the order at an e-commerce that's not actually the e-commerce, something called nowadays social commerce, and then to place an order. While the mismatch of the brand between Salla and the profile owner, so any profile owner could build a profile or build a store at Salla, but the mismatching between the Salla as a mobile app and the profile owner, suppose profiles for Salman, while Salman trying to sell mobile gadgets, just to say, and the app called Salla, it has nothing to do with Salman. Why Salman, as a profile owner on Instagram, pushing the buyer to download a third-party app to process a buying order? That was the major driver for Salla to become the platform. We thought, how are we going to solve this problem? How are we going to make their clients, so our clients' clients, so the merchants' clients, the buyers, to buy without forcing them to download a third-party app? So we became up with the idea of giving them a link, just like the Instagram link, instagram.com/Salman. We give them salla.sa/Salman, the same user. And that landed us into building the e-commerce, the largest and the leading e-commerce platform of Arabia, currently operating within Saudi Arabia. And definitely that was just the start. That what happened. We launched the app at the early 2016, and the quarter four of the same year we pivoted and we launched the platform for e-commerce stores. And I think at March 2007, those merchants sell with, they ended up selling 1 million, with 1 million Saudi riyals, the first 1 million Saudi riyals. And at 2018, they used to sell for more than 1 million Saudi riyal monthly. In 2019, they used to sell for more than 1 million Saudi riyals weekly. And at the March 2020, just before COVID, those merchants completed their 500,000 Saudi riyal sales.
Right.
And
That's great.
the rest of 2020, they made 2.5 billion Saudi riyal sales.
Great achievement indeed.
So that's the COVID, what did to us.
That played the factor to influence this result, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So moving towards Mr. Obaid Arshad, can you please share the success journey you have in this industry so far?
Okay. So I started my journey back in like 10 to 12 years ago, and I've worked with multiple logistic companies and in a banking sector as well. Then the technology was a new stream, e-commerce was growing in Pakistani market. So I was interested in this thing, that it's the future. So I opted the technology. I started my journey from Sapphire, and I was working in their e-commerce department. So what we see there, that it was a very good stream with very less capital. You can start any e-commerce store, and e-commerce was growing digitally. Pakistan was growing. Your internet user was penetrating on a very good numbers. So I knew at that time that e-commerce is the next big thing. So when I started my journey, I totally focused on e-commerce thing. And then we started it from a very grassroots level, building multiple websites. We have a very huge achievements, and we have done wonders in Pakistan e-commerce industry, that we are the till date only Shopify highest level partner in Pakistan. Till 4 years, we are the only company providing payment gateway. So it was something we were doing services, we were building websites, and we were managing technology for the e-commerce. So after that, I was thinking that we need to build a product, a SaaS-based product, because we have that talent, we have that skill set. So it's just that we have to connect the right dot. So I guess the timing was very right, and the network was very right, because we were already serving 220 to 40 large enterprises of Pakistan, like Sapphire, Ethnic, Outfitter, and so on. As fashion industry contributes in the 80% of the revenue of e-commerce, and we were already intact with the 80% of the market. So we started building product, and throughout from 2019 until date, we have very good stats in the market. We have very good control in the Pakistani market. Like we have more than 120 merchant, more than 80 billion of revenue is being managed by this product. The product is robust, the product is stable, the product itself speaks in the market. So this is something, it has never been achieved in Pakistani e-commerce industry. The valuation thing, and especially when we were analyzing the multiple markets, like we wanted to go global, and we were being approached by the multiple software houses outside of Pakistan. So we got to know one thing, that our product is very much diversified. Because when you start saying this thing, e-commerce automation, we work with Shopify as well. We have our own custom platform, like PCBs being totally managed by us, and we have provided them end-to-end technology. Then we have one marketplace in Qatar as well. So technology is growing, and Alhamdulillah, the product is doing good, and now we are very near to go global and to do wonder, as we have already done in Pakistan. Because Pakistan is a very difficult market when it comes to e-commerce, the complex situation, the ERP integration, the logistical challenges, the automation thing, especially in COVID, the huge achievement was we saved a lot of businesses. They were going to close because when every outlet, every brick and mortar was closed, so we enabled them with the omni-channel. And it's a very huge achievement for us that people, they are not using international platform, they are using the local platforms because we are providing the output on a level of our international platform. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Moving towards Mr. Hasan Jabarti, would you like to share your success story with us in the industry, please?
So good evening, my name is Hasan Jabarti, co-founder of DIGGIPACKS. DIGGIPACKS is about two words, digital packages. So my previous experience was related to logistics in a general matter, pharma companies, supply chain with a cold chain, medical, pharma, and Cosmo. Within the last 4 years, to be precise, in 2018, beginning of 2018, we began a startup related to SaaS product, given the technology for fulfillment warehouses specialized in the e-commerce, plus the last mile delivery companies. So the concept began with there, and within the 2 years experience, we expanded into 7 countries, giving the SaaS technologies. Then suddenly, mid of 2020, Corona hit into the market and the global economy. So what we had is to initiate another product company called DIGGIPACKS. What was amazing about it that we already had logistic companies under our umbrella, fulfillment and last mile. We needed to integrate all of these under one ecosystem, which is related as an aggregator, and to convert all of the shipments as an asset-light logistic company to these fulfillment centers and back to the last mile companies to the end user. And that was an easy process for us as a technology, but on ground, operation-wise, it was a big challenge. Now, what we did is just diverting between the logistic operation, technology providing, merging both, having an excellent marriage with the provider of the technologies in the e-commerce like Salla, Ejad, and other companies, global companies in the market, and having the right ideal situation to give the e-commerce owner, either it's going to be a micro business or a large enterprise business, their need in the logistic atmosphere.
Thank you so much. So, after the brief introduction that we have of our honorable panelists, I believe the curiosity is in the higher scale. So let's move ahead. And my next question is to Mr. Salman. So, as I believe, the unique selling point of Salla is that it is easy to access for non-technical people as well. So would you like to share it with us that how you are making it, and do the people from different educational backgrounds can access that, and how is that happening?
Okay, the thing started with the background. When we used to be a very small group of technical people between Mecca and Jeddah region, and it's back at 2002, 2003. And whoever our relative or our friend doing a business, they used to ask us, would you please help me to register a domain, like a .com or a .net or whatever, for his business? And we help them, and then they ask for a landing page, just an information page where they can represent their business information. And then they ask, okay, we want to update, we want some section for news and updates and so on. So help us please again. So we used to help them. So within 3 or 4 months, you will become like from a helper into a hustle taker for a businessman who trying to be online present. But always the problem was whatever the function they are trying to do is somehow technically related. So that was in our minds when we started converting Salla into an e-commerce platform. So we kept that, and we kept it as a challenge for UX UI designers, if you are familiar with the tech term. So we always analyze the feature, whatever feature we want to add, and build the process above it, the business process, and then code it with the software team, test it with the software testing team, whatever, and then we drop it to the section of user experience and user interface. They had to comply with the 3-click challenge.
Right,
That was
right.
the early stage. The 3-click challenge was whoever the person who wants to enable or disable this feature, he must be able to do it within 3 clicks from the main dashboard. So he logs
Right.
in, and then we count 3 clicks that allow him to enable or disable the feature. So that was at the start when we started building this, our control panel to control the e-commerce store. Then, yes, the complication became, and the sections started building within the control panel. So now there is a logistics section, there is a domain section, whatever. But again, so the 3-click switched into the sub sections. So it's still the 3-click challenge is there, but the level is different, not from the front page of the control panel, but from the section view.
Right.
That's how we kept the simplicity.
Right, thank you so much. So let's move to the veteran of e-commerce industry, having a diverse experience of more than 10 years in e-commerce industry, an entrepreneur who is passionate about tech and empowering the youth of Pakistan. Obaid, Arshad, my next question is for you, that what do you believe, that where do you see the future of e-commerce in Pakistan, considering the changing dynamics in our economy as well?
Okay, so I will break down this question. Basically, the future of e-commerce is something, as we know, right now, overall, the digital sales is only just 1%, and it's already, the market is going crazy. Everyone, the jobs are being generated, and overall, the digital economy is growing. So directly to the youth, my advice would be start doing e-commerce and be under the umbrella of e-commerce. For SMEs, I guess they need to expand, they need to focus on the production, they need to have the multiple hybrid fulfillment centers so they can target the multiple delivery areas so they can expand the business. And for the large enterprises, I feel like they should not go on their own, building their own technology, because this is something which distracts them from their business. They need to rely on the multiple tested products in the market so they can focus on their own business. As I see Pakistan, in Pakistan economy, e-commerce and digital space is adding value. It's going global. And as we are at the 4th number when it comes to the freelancing. And if I talk about the population, Gen Z and the millennials, they are more than like 40–50%. So e-commerce and digital space is growing. It's just that we need to focus on this area. We need to work on our shortcomings that like 3 to 4 years back, we have skill set from like 4 to 5 years back. But there were few gaps like work ethics, how to manage the project and all that stuff, the timing issue, how to manage time. These were the challenges. But right now it's been addressed drastically. And it's something very proud moment for all of us. And if I see the multiple companies working from here to for Netflix, for international software. So I think this is the power of the e-commerce. So and from the consumer side, I feel like for consumer there is a growth. They just need to optimize the business, because I feel like on initial days there was not that much of competition, so everyone was having a very good margin. But as the competition is growing, if they will not optimize the business, they are going to close. And on this edge, I guess the future is for the marketplaces. Marketplaces are going very good, and in future most of the small businesses will be inducted into the marketplaces. Thank you.
Right. So, linking up to the discussion that we had with Obaid Arshad, moving towards Mr. Hasan Jabarti, as you have a strong background in the logistic. So, I have a question for you that what do you think, what and how much advancements can be made in logistics for e-commerce?
Very good. So I'll just give an audience one question. Who uses an application to order food? Very good. So who uses an application on a website to order shoes, fashion, or mobiles or gadgets? Is the logistics or delivery the same time that you order food, the same time that you get delivery from the website? Do you order food within half an hour, maximum 1 hour you get the food? Do you get the same time frame within if you order a mobile or a shoe, for example, or a fashion? So that's the only answer that we can get to optimize the logistics into each city that I order any gadget, any fashion, any shoes, comes within the same delivery time as a fast food. So optimize the logistics in fulfillment centers, in micro fulfillment centers, dark stores, to optimizing the information about the products. So the product itself has its definition of the fast moving items, slow moving items, definition of the geography, location, whatever is sold in Lahore, doesn't make sense to sell it in Islamabad and vice versa. And the other way around about logistics is how to give the right information to the merchant or the e-commerce owner. So the right information comes with the data analysis, the AI, by technology, and moves the ecosystem related to the logistics, as in delivery and fulfillment. So it's the same idea. As soon as we get to this hitting the point of fixing and getting the right data information by technology, we could give more collaboration, more optimization of the delivery and logistics for the e-commerce owners.
Great, thank you. So as whenever we start to dive into initiating our business, so there are multiple challenges that we have in our mind. So my question is to all of you, I would like an answer from each one of you individually, what do you think, what is more challenging for any startup to grow in this field and this economy and building up the future?
Actually, a lot of things are in my mind, but I will start with the first step. You have to take the first step toward whatever idea you have in your mind. You cannot wait for the support to come from the outside. So whatever the idea you have, you can pilot it, you can simplify it, you can divide it into several portions and try to replace whatever your dream with something available now to test it. Suppose you have an idea of some sort of delivery or something, or receiving a service. You could use WhatsApp, you could use a small website, pre-recognized platform to build something, use your social media account. So whatever you have in your hand, yes, definitely that won't be the final idea where you are willing to reach, but to test the concept that you have in your mind, you have to start proving that concept with whatever tools you have. So don't wait, just try to implement whatever you get, and then you can take it next. This called some sort of lean operation or lean startup, and it's definitely an amazing concept, even for those who have resources to perform something based on their ideas and utilize those resources for that. I prefer to advise them to test the concepts before going to invest and use and utilize your resources on a heavy basis.
Right. So please continue. What do you believe are the basic challenges that are being addressed in the industry to enable a successful business?
Okay, I guess if I will take this question specifically for the Pakistan. I guess if you are starting any business right now, you have that platform or you have that capacity to assess this thing, that what thing you are starting and when you will go in the market and at what time, what are your certain steps. Because as startup, you are busy with too many things. So there is a maximum chances of failure. Why? Because of the planning. There is a lack of planning. And if you do not follow your plan, the MVP of a product and the right timing, because I've seen a lot of startup planning a lot of things, and they say that we are going to build a very good product when we are going to launch it. But at that time, the market is already shifted to another product with minimal feature, but they have at least the trust of the market. So it's what matters is how you are planning it, how you are organizing it, and how you are going to face the challenges. Because as startup, you will be demotivated at certain steps. So what is something which is going to motivate you? And having mentor in your life is very important, because if you are a startup, you have to grasp the knowledge from the startup community. You need to go and have discussion with other people. You cannot be a system person. You need to identify the challenges before they are coming, and you need to address them. So a lot of businesses, they are just on the basis of gut. You cannot always follow the gut. You have to, yes, there is an instinct feeling as well, but there is a combination of multiple things. Your recipe should be that you should know what's your idea, why you are best at it, and if you are failing, what's your backup plan, at what time you are going into the market. So there are multiple factors. So I guess being a owner of a startup is something, it's something you need to study before starting this thing, because I guess the important aspect is things will not go in that way you are thinking. So be prepared for the uncertainty, and you need to be strong enough to handle such situation, and you need to plan when you are going to exit or when you are going to collaborate. The gap area is a lot of startups sitting here, everyone is going into the incubation, but they are not going for the collaboration. Either they are approaching direct merchant, or they are asking for fund. So I guess collaboration is also a fund. They just need to identify what they have to do on the right time.
Right. So I would like to have insights from you as well. So please share that what do you believe are the challenges that should be addressed for any new startups?
So the major obstacle or challenge is yourself as an entrepreneur. You are the major obstacle about beginning a startup. So startup is a simple idea, wanting to fix something in the ecosystem, fixing a small problem or a big problem, and turning it into a business. So as soon as you complicate this issue, you have to think twice, make it easy, make it as simple as fixing a small equation. What I'm saying that if you have something as an idea, don't wait to complete the whole product, don't wait to complete the whole team, having the right investment, making it simple, fix it with the right solution, and simply just start it. Now, this age, in 2023 especially, it is the easiest and fastest beginning startup ever. We have all the tools, we have a global network, we have all the tools as an e-commerce tech startups to start anything related to start as a project. One of the major obstacles 10 years back, what isn't available right now, the freelancers market being the fourth in Pakistan makes it much easier to collaborate with any tech freak or any tech background colleague from any incubator or any university. Just giving the simple solution for it. Don't complicate, don't have the full structure of a startup or a project. That's the simple thing. Second thing, as an obstacle, you have to be open-minded. Open-minded and listen to others. So as soon as you have it's one way or the highway, it's never gonna work. So being open-minded to your colleagues, to your co-founder, to investors, to a simple advice to someone senior, just to hear whatever is happening and to direct you. This is an obstacle for yourself. Being rigid, being one way to think about your idea that this is going, letting me being the Elon Musk or Mike Zuckerberg, this won't work. So you're not gonna fix the world. for instance, if you're going to be thinking with a narrow-minded, being open-minded is a very mature enough to work and to continue in the startup. Third thing, of course, is having the right team. So the initial beginning of the startup, having the right team, either co-founders, friends, families, whatever, even the close relatives will be the right team to support you, even to give you the right advice. So these three elements could be supporting points or obstacles against yourself.
Right. So, as we are talking about the future of e-commerce, I believe that leaving it and without putting the light on the artificial intelligence would be unfair, right? So, concluding it briefly, my question is to Mr. Obaid Arshad. Can you please tell us briefly that how artificial intelligence is playing role in the e-commerce industry of Pakistan? What do you see in the future?
So I guess artificial intelligence and machine learning, all these technologies, these are buzzwords nowadays. But right now, honestly speaking, our systems are not well in place in that manner that we are going to enable these things as soon as possible. But yes, there is a lot of scope in the future. But if your base is ready and things are stable, so automatically you are going to target this thing, and this thing will become very easier in the future, because right now when the AI word comes, so people think it's very difficult, you have to invest a lot of money, all that stuff. So what you need is a very right base, right team and the right resources, because this is the skill set is not being developed in Pakistan right now. But in future, I believe that near future, there will be every product who is stable will target AI and machine learning and all that stuff for the benefit of the e-commerce. And inshallah, we in Ginkgo, we have also started working on these things. So the data is something which is the important, valuable aspect to enable AI, and AI is something which is being done in the west side, and we are also learning and we are also preparing for that thing. So yeah, this is it.
Right. Thank you so much. I must, concluding, I must thank to the Future First Ejad Labs and all the sponsors who put their effort to bring such an insightful panel on the upfront. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. Take care.